Thank you, Uma, for today's opportunity. So today I'm going to talk about the 12 ways in which organizations can use this 360-degree feedback mechanism to actually improve themselves. Okay, so here goes. Yeah. So number one. So one of the most common use of 360-degree is, and which many executives also welcome, is the use of 360-degree to develop their senior leaders. Most of the times we believe that senior leaders are already at the top of the organization. They have been at it for so many years, and they have excelled, they have mastered in their own business domains. And but still we all know that if there is a way to leadership development, 360-degree is one of the great ways in which the senior leaders can understand how their approach of leadership is actually impacting people and where they can actually make adjustments and improve themselves. So that's the very foremost use of 360-degree feedback. Second comes team building. Now leveraging 360 again to strengthen an existing team, very importantly can improve upon your cross-functional. And this approach is typically productive, again, for senior level teams or any team where each member also has their own span of control. Because you want to build a team and you want to use this 360-degree tool to share feedback, to help people know that they are great at some things or there are areas where they need to improve. So again, it builds in trust and it also builds in a lot of collaboration. Next one, enhancing learning and development. Now, again, adding this 360-degree feedback to an existing L&D program enhances the learning experience for participants by giving them some personalized data that complements what they are actually learning or going through in the classroom or in other learning sessions. So again, this also ties in and makes the learning much more target oriented and helps them to really focus because they know that this is an area that they need to improve and the learning is also customized accordingly. Okay, moving next, supporting low performers. Sometimes an underperforming leader needs some kind of additional support and attention, and 360-degree feedback is a great way to do that. In that, there is one-on-one, there could be a coaching, there could be a debrief session, which will help provide the information and momentum that senior leaders, especially the low-performing ones, need so that they're able to turn things around. Next, investing in high potentials. So many organizations have identified their high potentials, but then they struggle at how and what's the right way to actually develop them. Because we all know that if we don't invest in our high potentials and they don't feel valued or invested, they're going to go away to some other place. So what's a great way? Again, 360 is a great way, great investment, which can be used for developing the future of your most promising workforce. Developing new leaders. So just like high potentials, let's look at one of those categories in which an employee who used to be an individual contributor, right, and is now turning into a first-time manager. So new skills are required and a new understanding is required of how their actions and the words, how they impact others. So again, 360-degree feedback can help new leaders adjust to their new role and the influence that they have on others. Follow up to an engagement survey. So normally, if you look at any engagement survey, which reveals, several teams that are probably struggling with their own employee experience, then taking those leaders of, those struggling teams through a 360-degree feedback experience is again a great way to drive behavior change and also improve employee engagement. And this is something that we, a lot of organizations today are really taking it up, because, you may conduct a survey, but then what next? You don't leave a survey at just the survey and the report stage. You want to do something with the report. You want to do something with what you have now received as a result. And especially when you are taking feedback from, let's say, all your employees, and they've given feedback in the form of, you used a questionnaire and stuff. They're expecting the organization to take some action. And so this is the right follow-up to an engagement survey, where you start connecting with the smaller teams and helping them make the change, bring in those interventions that can actually improve your engagement, your employee engagement. Reinforcing leadership competencies. So if your organization has a defined set of company values, or it has a leadership competency model, then you should consider creating a custom 360-degree assessment. A robust competency library and assessment experts can help you create something which is specifically tailored for your organization, and you have something that you keep referring to. So whether you are going through a performance management and evaluation system, these again leadership competencies the model is going to help you. If you're looking at identifying high potentials, again, you can look at your leadership competency model. If you're looking at successors, and we will be talking that about next, again, the leadership competency comes very handy. So this is something very useful that you can use to build and reinforce your leadership competencies. Succession planning. So we all know that a business has leaders, and leaders will not be there for the entire lifetime of the organizations. And sometimes when you want to replace a leader, or a leader has gone out and you need somebody to come in and now fill in that gap, it is challenging, because you can't find somebody quickly enough. And that's where succession planning is very, very handy. 360 feedback can help you vet the landscape of internal candidates. And when you are done, and you do this pretty early in the stage, it can help any organization cultivate the right potential successors with the critical skills needed to fill that role. So that's on succession planning. Next, self-driven development. Again, so many organizations keep seeking to add new resources for self, like them for managers, or even for employees, which is self-driven development. Now, adding 360-degree feedback to your menu for managers can actually bring in those learning and development options. It's a great way to enable employees to take ownership for their own behaviors and the development that they need to bring on or exhibit. That is going to help them get bigger roles and more challenging experiences in their life. Almost at the end, reinforcing strategy, right? How can I not talk about strategy? So what does strategy got to do? So does your organization strategy, does it require new leadership behaviors? So you have a strategy and you want to follow that because that's going to help you achieve your business goals, and you have something in sight, in mind for the next 5 years, all 3 years, or probably just this year, right? So example, you want to look at a new behavior like innovation, like creativity, like design thinking, or even systems thinking. So how do you bring that new behavior? You bring that new behavior by first bringing it as part of your competency model, and then 360-degree feedback can help support and align those specific behaviors which are needed for executing your company's strategy. So that's 11th. And now I come to the last, which is the 12th way, working with the board of directors. So often a board of directors sometimes struggle to find an appropriate feedback channel for the CEO himself. And that's where a board may actually look for a better, and how do you get that feedback? How do you get that communication going? So the board may also be looking to better understand the perceptions of those around the CEO. So again, a 360-degree feedback process, very flexible, and one can use that, and it opens up a very, very powerful channel for communication and understanding. So those were the 12 ways in which you can use the 360-degree feedback tool. So if you're ready to use it for your organization, let's get you started.